Hi guys, thanks for checking the video out. So the big news last week was Tiger made his return, and it was a return that I think people have been kind of looking forward to. I know some people like him, some people don't, but it has been a bit of a worry that will he even be able to perform properly next year. And I think his performance showed that physically, I mean, he seems to be stronger, and he certainly looked to be swinging the club more freely. Bar the vomiting. The vomiting, obviously, hopefully that won't be a every week thing. But he certainly looked more comfortable in his long game, so that should mean we can expect some good golf from him next year, and hopefully he'll be challenging Rory at the majors. A few things you could learn from Tiger. The first thing was, if you haven't played for a while, don't put too much pressure on yourself, because Tiger, you could argue, best golfer to have ever played this game, has a layoff, comes back, looks a bit rusty, finds it quite tricky to score, especially against the type of field that he was against. So if he can't do it, it would seem unlogical that if you haven't played for a few months during this time of year with the weather, you may have layoffs and it might not be possible for you to practice. Just go and enjoy being back out on the course. Don't go with too much expectations, because if you haven't been playing a bit, this game is quite hard. So like I say, this time of year especially, learn from Tiger. If he can't do it when he hasn't been playing, don't put pressure on yourself. So the second point was his swing. Loads talked about it. I know I did a video about it last week, about his new swing coach. I thought it looked good, but a load of the talk was about comparing it, but they were comparing swings from, yes, 2014, from now to then, but they weren't using the same camera angle, and a lot of the times it looked like he was playing a hole where he might need a cut, and then another hole he needed a draw. So if you're the type of person that likes to video themselves on the range, whether that be with your phone or a tablet, or a camcorder, changing the angle in which you keep recording is going to cause you to have a swing that maybe is the same to look completely different. So if you're trying to document, are you improving, and you film yourself every week, if that camera angle isn't exactly the same, it's going to look very different, and you won't actually be comparing what you think you're comparing. So again, that's a nice one to understand if you do like to film your swing. So the third point was Tiger's short game. It looked ropey. Ropey, is that the word? He struggled, should we say? And I know he's been renowned. You would think when he's off injured and when he can't hit long shots, he would practice his short game a lot. Whereas listening to stories that come out, it sounds like that's not always the case. But you can learn two things. Playing the ball off the back of your stance. You're not playing with any bounce at all, so it is quite easy to hit those fats that he was hitting. I'm not expecting him to change, but if you're somebody that tends to struggle with chipping a lot of the time, I would certainly try and get a more neutral ball position so you've got a bit of leeway with the bounce. And it was also interesting that Tiger didn't seem to want to change. He kept trying to play the same shot, even though it was apparent that he was struggling with it. I think that kind of shows you where Tiger thinks he is within his game, and he's certainly building on to next year. He's not using that tournament as a be-all or end-all on the result. He's really actually trying to look at his performance, try and play those shots under pressure, and hopefully work out a way to be able to play them so when he gets into the tournaments next year, he won't have any short game problems. So, nice to see him back. Get some comments down below. What did you think of his performance, and do you think it's a good sign for next year or a bad one? I'd love to hear what you've got to say. Hope to catch you soon.